I can't be the only one who gets extremely annoyed by these so-called political news shows where you have two or more far left-leaning political commentators who basically ambush a lone conservative voice who makes the mistake of attempting to argue common sense with a bunch of people who are ultimately just searching for a viral moment to post to their own personal social media platforms. They don't care about educating the American people. They don't care about informing the American people as to what's going on in our political theater. All they're looking for is a gotcha so they can show their audience of people who really aren't serious about ensuring the prosperity of this country that you can win an argument without actually having any facts or evidence or rational or logical points to make. You can still win. Just be charismatic, annoying, and flamboyant, and the truth no longer matters, and the dishonesty and lies will prevail. We have another classic example of this coming from the Newsnight show with Abby Phillip, where former White House principal deputy press secretary, former presidential writer, former assistant press secretary, Harrison Fields, subjects himself to idiocy by going on CNN and is maliciously ambushed and attacked by political activist, right? Nothing serious. Political activist Tara Setmeyer. And you know that what they do is only to garner views and clicks on social media, because not even 24 hours after this happened, she had it already posted trying to go viral.
Shame on you for saying January 6th is a date that we don't care about and shouldn't. How dare you? Okay?
Make it
how dare
your
you?
living
How dare
testimony.
you? Okay? Don't you? I mean, really? Okay. I hope that. I wonder if you would be that arrogant in front of the families whose lives have been ruined by that, and the officers who put their lives on the line.
I was there on January 6th as a congressional staffer.
If you lost a brother there, what would you do?
I'm not going to be gaslit. I'm not going to be gaslit by you or you. As someone who grew up in a house of law enforcement, my mother was a 9/11 first responder who survived on that day. I'm not going to be gaslit by you on who was harmed that day.
You're not me gaslighting.
Guys, just one second.
And we moved on.
Hold on.
The nation has moved on from
Just
Right.
1 second, Harrison.
Right. See, can't get a word in. She doesn't have any real point to make other than attempting to shame him because he refuses to let January 6th rule his life, right? Or he refuses to pretend that he's overly concerned and obsessed with what happened on January 6th. This man tells her, ma'am, I was there on January 6th. You weren't. Nobody you're related to was there. Nobody you really know well was there. But you're going to somehow tell me that January 6th has more of an impact on your life, a person who wasn't even present, than it has on my life, someone who was right there at the Capitol serving the American people? He's not buying it. But the way she refutes that is by simply attempting to overtalk Harrison Fields so no one can really get the point that he's trying to make. And instead of intervening like a good host or moderator should, Abby Phillip sits there and allows this woman to gaslight and allows her to overtalk and be rude until it looks like Harrison Fields is getting the upper hand on her. And all of a sudden, here comes Abby Phillip. Okay, guys, well, no one can hear over you. Well, she said what she said. Harrison started to say what he had to say. And she knew that what he was going to say was going to totally eviscerate the point she was making, her pseudo empathy. And so she had to start over talking. And at the end of it, she says, well, we'll let the viewers decide who's right or who's wrong. But we all know, if you're a rational, logical thinking person, Harrison is right. People in America are not even thinking about January 6th anymore. That's why it takes for CNN to keep bringing it up just so they can continue to gaslight people over it. No, the average person ain't thinking about January 6th. No one cares about it really. It was a riot. One person died. One person died. And that was one of the rioters. No one is trying to justify what she did. She was wrong in what she did. But it's not something that you have to teach our children, that we have to teach our children about. It's not a historical moment as much as they try to make it into one.
Harrison and guys, all right, I'm gonna just stop it for a second because we just can't hear between the two of you yelling at each other. I just want to ask you a pretty straightforward question. This is getting to her point about the impact of that day on real Americans and on law enforcement. Do you acknowledge that on January 6th, Capitol police officers were assaulted and brutalized by the rioters who were there that day?
I acknowledge that it was a terrible day for our nation's history. What happened?
That's not the question that I asked you.
Yes.
Okay. So you acknowledge that law enforcement officers. No, hold on a second.
Why is it so?
Now listen, they want you to believe that this is like an earth-shattering moment. This will go down in the annals of American history and everyone should. But then when they get you on the spot and they want to ask a question about it, the only thing they're asking is, would you acknowledge that officers were attacked? Would you acknowledge that the mob attacked Capitol police officers? Everyone acknowledges that. People attack police officers every single day. Why is it that these police officers being attacked is of concern to the left, but all the other police officers being attacked all over America is totally disregarded? As a matter of fact, they don't even mention it. There were police officers attacked during the George Floyd summer, the summer of love. You didn't see CNN going into the individual accounts of officers being attacked and highlighting that. They said that those riots where they were burning down police stations were mostly peaceful. And many people died during those riots. But this situation where one person died who was a rioter, all of a sudden it outweighs all that other chaos to CNN, and they're going to keep you pigeonholed and focused on that one thing, even though it's not even a serious issue.
One second. Let's just get through this.
This is
so the answer is
in America against ICE agents, against NYPD officers, and you guys completely ignore
Harrison,
it.
hey, all I'm asking is that if you care about law enforcement officers who are ICE officers, who are beat cops, you should also care about Capitol police officers whose lives were forever changed. I think that's the same. It's true for you. It is true for everybody at this table.
Talked about the brutality against our ICE agents or men and women in law enforcement.
We talk about it all the time on this show.
She's an absolute liar. They hate ICE agents. They literally minimize any violence that is done to ICE agents who are federal officers. But all of a sudden, we care about the Capitol police officers on January 6th. They don't. They don't. Alex Preddy was a violent person who kicked out the taillights to federal vehicles, carried a gun to what are supposed to be peaceful protests. He was shot. All they did was attack the officers. Renee, what's her last name? Renee Good. She tried to run over a federal agent with a car. He shot her. She died. They blamed the agent. He should have just allowed himself to get killed with this vehicle. They don't care. Show me one clip where Abby Phillip was like, yo, the officer did what he had to do, or it's a rough situation. We have to see what comes out as things continue. Nothing. Everyone who came on our show, oh, these are criminals, they're kidnapping people, and zero pushback from Abby Phillip.
We talk about it all the time on the show.
So
let's leave it at that.
He said, let's be real, and she don't know how to be real.
answered the question.
Let me finish. You run.
Oh, this guy's a piece of work. This guy right here, this guy's a piece of work. Check this misogynistic dude out.
From specifics when people ask you to be held.
And I answered the exact question she said.
I'm speaking
And
to
I'm
you.
letting you know.
No, you're not.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Go ahead, Levin.
Don't run from it, man.
I'm not running from it.
This is what people are upset about at home.
No,
There's
they're
a guy-
not.
Yeah.
Sir,
They're not.
Harrison, stop interrupting me.
Just let him finish, please.
Stop. It doesn't work this way. Ask my wife. Don't interrupt me.
This guy is unbearable. You're running away from it, but when he tries to speak, you interrupt him. You guys talk over him every time he tries to get a word out. Then you accuse him of running away from it. And then you say, everyone is thinking about January 6th. No one gives a shit about January 6th, bro. No one is even thinking about that. If you go to 100 Americans and say, what's the top thing on your mind? The top 5 things on your mind. You could go to every American. And I promise you, not a single person will say, January 6th has been on my mind a lot lately. It's BS.
What is it, misogynistic?
Stop.
Extremely misogynistic, okay.
My wife
Finish your point.
already knows this. This guy beats his wife.
When you say and dodge whether or not cops got hurt, whether or not it was a bad day, the plumber sitting at home goes, I don't even know what country I'm living in.
What plumber gives a damn about a politician or cop on Capitol Hill getting hurt? No plumber. And he didn't dodge the question of whether the police or Capitol Police got hurt on January 6th. He said, yes, they did. See, they're trying to prove a point that he's not even attempting to argue against. Did police officers get hurt on January 6th? Yes. Is that something that is at the forefront of every American's mind? Hell no. You guys keep dragging it. You keep resurrecting it like a zombie returned from the grave. And that's what pisses the American people off. Trying to keep us stuck in a moment in time that really isn't all that significant. And that's why CNN's views are down. Thank you for watching this. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Till the next time, peace.